I like this one a lot because it has a lot of energy. It has mixed sharpness and flowing costumes. The people not only have the energy of the action, they have the energy of the great smiles on their faces. I thought this was a very effective photograph. On the other hand, anytime you present an image with movement in it, you run the risk of getting hammered by judges who may not like that effect. So it's a risk. Okay, now we're going to go try nature. And okay, I need to clear all. And in nature, I want 22. Since we have a little more time, I'll pick a few more and see if we get nature slides here. Yay, we do. Was this a winner?
I don't remember.
Okay, probably not. I love this.
No, it was not.
I love this image. I love the three together. I like the log behind them, kind of tying them all together. I thought it was a great composition, technically executed very well. The right-hand side of the mama lion could have been darkened just a skinch, but that's a nit. I really like this photo. I thought this photo, although the bird is not as identifiable as some of the others we saw tonight, I thought it was very well executed. I really like it. This osprey is really good. I like the placement of it. It's sharp as a tack. It's got room in the frame to fly into. The edge of the frame with the osprey is not interrupting the wings, which with an osprey can be tough because they seem to change shape while you're photographing them. I just thought this was very effective image. I liked it. This one to me is almost magical. The fact that we have the head backed by the dark wing is such a wonderful contrast of the structure of this bird and its head. And I thought it was magical. I love the background, which is its habitat, the water. I'm going to talk about another one in a minute that has a real strong water background, but I thought this one was very, very effective. Appears to have a little movement in the water, which is representative of the bird flying. I just kind of love this image.
I'm not used to you saying nice things about birds.
Well, you know, I have good days and bad days, and so, you know, occasionally it happens. There's a bunch here that I really liked. I really liked this one. I thought it was very well done. I could have been cropped a little bit at the top. We didn't need quite so much, but the darkness around the bird helps it carry and really just pop right off the page. It's almost three-dimensional with the presentation of the colors and the sharpness of the bird and the reflection in the water. I just thought it all held together very, very well. I can't believe I'm doing this, Dan. It's sort of really a surprise. Here's the one I want to be critical of. I love this image and the energy in it. And, you know, anytime you see a heron successfully fishing, it's a good photograph. But the water feels like it drives you back from the image. It drives you away from the image of the bird. There's so much brightness. And I would be tempted to figure out how to select the bird and drive the background down in brightness. And that's a terrible thing to ask of a maker or to recommend because it's a lot of work to do that, especially close to the bird. But if you have a good mask program, and I understand there's a couple of new ones out there, it might work. In fact, the auto subject selection in Photoshop might do something wonderful for this. I love the image. I love everything about the bird. I love the dying fish, the water, but the background water feels a little overwhelming. I might have some more. I really like that. Anytime you have a relaxed leopard, that's a good thing. I wanted to comment on this because I really, you know, many of you know that I really like foggy mornings, and foggy mornings do relate to nature, but and this is an excellent photograph. I love all the light in it and the light on the shore. However, anytime you put a landscape in nature category, you're running the risk of the impression of the judges. Okay? And some judges may not want you putting a landscape in their flower and bird or animal subject category. So that's just a risk you do. I thought this was a wonderful photograph, and I would suggest the maker put it in open. This one might also have suffered in the category because this little guy feels almost cartoonish, like humor. And humor in nature categories sometimes is difficult as well. Cute, cute picture. Could have been cropped a little tighter maybe, but I think all of the striated grass around him just adds to the mystery and the bright eyes of this little guy. Another one that might be humorous, it might be death-defying. I don't see any terror in the frog's eyes or in the toad's eyes, where the snake is moving. But maybe if it were cropped tighter, we might like it a little better. It has a big blank space on the right. Even though we can see the snake's tail running through the upper right-hand center, you have to look for that. It's not terribly obvious to the viewer. Cropping this a little tighter may help it a lot. Cool shot. And see if you can get some terror in the eyes of the frog, because he ought to be terrorized. Oh, another lovely photograph. This one feels as if it's been worked in a painting program or a drawing program. And oh, by the way, I just love it. So 3 things may cost you in the scoring on this photograph. One is you have 2 objects. And some people who follow strict PSA rules won't give you a point on a photograph with 2 objects. I think it's perfect. It doesn't bother me at all. On the other hand, it does make it feel a little busy, which is different than an out-of-hand rejection because there's 2 leaves. And that could have happened here, the 2 leaf bias. But this is a terribly busy photograph because the eye goes to the lower leaf immediately and is trapped by all the beautiful detail is there. But you keep being drawn to the upper leaf. And so the judges will also have a hard time. Now, which is this a photograph of? Is it the bottom leaf or is it both leaves? One is really definitely far forward and superior in position to the other. So you give some dilemmas. Whoever made this beautiful photograph gives some dilemmas to the judges. And in this sort of competition, anytime the judge has to stop and think or ask what's going on here, you've lost points. Every time the judge goes a second beyond the 4 seconds or 5 seconds that he's using to judge pictures, your score drops a point. So I might recrop this. I might just hang it on the wall the way it is. I don't know. I really love this photo, but understand there's a lot of reasons it probably was not in the winning category. Okay, I think I did all of I wanted to do on nature. See my clock. I've got a few more minutes. Let's go look at love and affection. I picked a few here. Love and affection. Does anybody know what I picked? I probably picked this one. Maybe. Let's pick another one just in case. Nope. This one. Review contrast. Like this, and I like it a lot. I love the interplay between what seems to be the granddad and the granddaughter. And for a old granddad like me, that's the kind of picture that moves me. However, it's very much a painting. It's been painted a lot. Some people may struggle with trying to decide how good it is in that respect. So I would ask about that. I also see a yellow line in the upper right. I don't know if that's my machine or whatever. It's distracting. But I love this image. It's just great. Oh, it's on my monitor. My monitor has Bob, my monitor has a scratch on the screen.
I think somebody did an annotation there.
Yeah, I think that's the annotation feature.
Okay. I don't know how to use that, so I haven't done any annotation. This is a non-winner, and I loved it. It probably lost points, however, because we would assign love and affection to the pap, and the little girl's looking toward the camera like, "What are you telling me to do here?" And so maybe it's not a natural, reflexive, responsive love and affection, but it's still a really cute, well done photograph. I like this one too. I think it fits the category, but it's a little stilted. There's not spontaneity in this photograph. It certainly tells the story, and I'm sure this couple loves this image, and I'm sure they will have it as part of their cherished items through the years. If there could have been a little more spontaneity and responsiveness of one to the other, it might have done a little better. And I might say the same about this. The mama's certainly caressing the young one, or at least punishing it, perhaps, giving it a lot of attention. The younger one seems to be kind of distracted and not engaged with the mother. And that emotion may have cost something in this photograph. It might also have been cropped a little tighter from the right, but it's a cool picture, however you do it. I thought, and now go back to what I said about two other pictures. It's the hand of the guy in this photograph on the waist of the girl that tosses it firmly into the category and what I would have thought is a really strong winner in love and affection, because it's the caress that puts it in the category, and the image tells that story. And this I saw as humor, and it certainly is an affectionate expression from the guy to his corona, not virus, but to his corona. I just thought it was a cool picture to put in the category, and whoever did that, I give them extra stars for. And one of the judges sent out a note when he got done that the nature category was perhaps the best we've ever seen in tripod. And I judged that category, and I had to concur. There were just a tremendous number of photographs that were really strong. And if you can remember back to the winners, that will be very clear. The ones I picked that were non-winners and talked about, they're also incredibly wonderful, wonderful photographs.